we go. This is gonna be a tough one for sure. This is gonna be a rough video. I don't know what the response is gonna be to it, but I'm getting to a point where I really just don't care. And I'm gonna start being way more unfiltered because I guess I got nothing. I mean, people already hate on me regardless and talk mad about me, so I'm gonna get into it. But it's gotten to a point, bro, where me as an influencer, it's time for me to influence in a positive way. And I'm tired of just like sitting on a back seat watching as this stuff changes and me not really being open about it. You guys don't know, I've been doing this shit for 4 years almost, or over 4 years. I started making fitness content December of 2019, I believe. I posted my first workout video, started really gaining traction. 2020 was like the TikTok era. 2021, 22 was like the sponsors, traveling a lot, making good content. Until now. And if you don't know me, like I've been at a point where like I really was at the top of the fitness game, like was growing, you know, like hundreds of thousands of followers on all platforms like a month. Like just, I'll say this humbly because, you know, it's just the way it was, and I'm confident enough to say this, but I really was like at that top. Like I'm basically what I'm trying to say, bro, is like I have the authority to, I guess, to speak on this because I've seen it happen. I've been through it all, and I've watched how this is like unfolded. And I'm just gonna get right into it, bro. Like when I started this stuff in the game, like it was a really, really positive industry. Like I'd say the fitness industry was getting revived after the whole Bradley Martin Callum era, back when TikTok kind of started up, and it was me and a few other pretty good content creators on TikTok. Everybody was so supportive of each other. Everybody would engage with each other's content. It was a really solid, tight-knit like TikTok fitness community, and this is where everything kind of like go out from. Like there was like Sush back then. It was like the Young LA thing. It was like me, Hattie, Brandon, some of us. We went on like the raw gear path, but it was still a really supportive industry. We moved in together in Dallas, Texas under Rise Supplements. They got us a house in January or February 2021. It was fun, good time. I'd say later in that year, I started going a lot to like LA for like linking up with Bradley. Just kind of like living. It was fun. I was still learning. I didn't know there was like money in this stuff. Started getting my first sponsors, and I did what I enjoyed doing, which was grabbing my camera and documenting my content and my journey, my life, mixing in the fitness with lifestyle, whatever. I would say that after the whole TikTok fitness era, when it first started, which was really good community, transitioned into the like clothing company rivalry era of the fitness industry, which I'll say was part two, which was like Anaka, there was Raw Gear, Young LA. There was a little bit of beef between like Raw Gear, Young LA, all that. But there was still a lot of really good content creators, and the industry for the most part was still a pretty positive, good place. I remember though, this is when it started kind of changing, is me and Hattie would go to LA a lot, and we knew all the influencers. Everybody was super tight-knit back then. Everybody talked to each other. It's not like that as much today. And like we would see, it was like every trip to LA, there'd be like another natural influencer who fell and hopped on steroids. And it was like over time, me and Hattie would be like, damn bro, like they're dropping like flies. We would go out, there'd be another person we found out who would tell us like, yeah, they hopped on or whatever. We're like, damn, this is weird, because back then, like in that era of the fitness industry, like 2021 or whatnot, if you were on gear, like it was definitely looked down upon. Like everybody like would be afraid to hop on or be open about hopping on, because like it was literally like we're not allowed to really talk about it as much. Like people were just not open about it like that. They were afraid to talk about it because it was looked down upon. I would say it started changing a little bit around like, I don't know, more and more people started hopping on, like I said, and some people started becoming more open about their gear usage, and people were like showing love to that. They were happy that people were being transparent, which I can see and I agree with that. But I feel like it started giving people more excuses to like hop on. And so I remember, I would say after this era was like, as I started seeing the fitness industry get a little bit more toxic, was the third phase, I'll say, is like the call it the optimal training phase. This is when everybody thought that they were like Albert Einstein of lifting weights. Like a lot, like if everybody, like there'd be like a 15-year-old who just watched JPG, and he would be commenting professional critique on IFBB Pro TikToks, saying that their workouts weren't optimal. If you guys do not remember this phase, bro, like come on, you guys gotta remember this. Like I couldn't post any workouts without somebody in the comments just ripping it apart, saying this wasn't optimal, this wasn't optimal, you need to do a better angle here, you should substitute this exercise with this one. There's this whole phase of just like basically like everybody's saying you're wrong, this is the only right way. And this is when it started getting a little bit toxic, and like people started to not support each other as much, because they started thinking like, oh, if they're not doing it right, I'm gonna go tell them they're not doing it right, and they need to do it this way. And everybody thought that they were like a professional, and it was just like really super annoying like phase, because like I remember me and Hattie be like, yo, we can't even post like how to grow a bigger chest video anymore or whatever, because people are just gonna say, oh, this isn't optimal, which was like, so it was a funny era. After that, which I would say is the kind of like the current one we're in, is the glorifying steroid use era. And I would say that this started changing, like, I would say it started changing in like 2023 to especially now, with like just a lot of influencers being on steroids now, being open about it, almost too openly, where some of these guys glorify it. Like, again, this is me not hating on any specific people. I'm not gonna ever blame, get on someone for chasing their bag or whatnot. Like, I get it, I respect the hustle, but it's the people I'm speaking to is y'all consuming the content, because you're most likely an impressionable young man. And like, I'll say Togi, for example, he's been popping lately, he's doing amazing for himself, good to him. But when I look at his YouTube and I look at his titles, bro, it's like about hopping on gear, glorifying steroid use. You see his like popular gym edits, it's literally taking like unnatural substances, and those types of content rip. There's a few other guys that I can't really think of their names off the top of my head, but like that type of content has been doing very well lately. And it's like so wild to me seeing this happen, because I'm like, yo, if someone would have posted this like 2 years ago, they would have gotten ripped apart for it. But now it's, in a sense, it's building their following. It's actually helping them, glorifying the steroid use. And it's almost like the meta now is like just to be the most jacked, unhealthiest, ugly, strongest man. And like that's what these guys are chasing now. So it's so different from when I like was doing it and I was doing it well, was like everyone wanted the aesthetic frame. And it's changed a lot. People used to be like, people used to glorify my physique. And this is me not wishing that this comes back. I don't care, bro. Me making this, you might be saying, you're only doing this because you're not doing as well, Alex. You're not getting the views you used to get. Bro, I don't care. I cannot make another dollar from this whole entire industry, and I will still be set for life because I went about it in a good way to build up my businesses. So I'm chilling, bro. I'm speaking to this because I genuinely fear for the future of this and the people consuming this type of shit, bro, because they're gonna ruin their lives, bro. And I'm not, as an influencer, it's time for me to influence, and I'm gonna do that shit right now by me being unfiltered, telling you all this stuff. People saying now, like, Alex, your physique is mid, you need to get bigger. The whole concept of what a good physique is has went from here to here at a point where you can only get here by taking steroids and being stupid unhealthy. It's like they glorify this unhealthy look now, and some of these guys are like making a bag off this type of content, and I understand it, respect your hustle, but it's the glorification of it. Like, these kids who are watching this stuff are like, oh, I want to be like my favorite fitness influencer who's open about promoting hella gear usage, so maybe I should do the same thing so I can end up like them. And the thing is, like, you can take gear healthy, yeah, I'll say that, if you're like C-bone level, you have like all the money to like get the blood work, the doctors, all that. 99% of the people who are probably watching that, who are thinking about doing it, do not have the ability or the connections or the resources to do it in a healthy way. You're gonna do it in a dumbass way where you're gonna take years off your life and ruin your life. And I've seen this happen firsthand, bro. Like, I lived with the twins, and this is not me hitting on them, bro. They were my brothers at one point, and like, I was with them when they were natural, and then I was with them when they first hopped on gear, and I saw the change and how it happened, bro. And even in the beginning, bro, they were taking, like, they took fake shit, like fake steroids, bro, like, because they weren't directly connected with the right resources quite yet. I'm like, bro, this is like probably how it goes for so much people, injecting foreign-ass substances into your body that you don't even know what you're injecting for. What? Just so you can lift a little bit more in the gym, just so you can look a little bit better, even though majority of the time a lot of people who are on gear look like shit and look worse than some naturals. Like, it's just such a stupid, like, concept. Like, you're literally trying to fix a short-term issue that's going to give you a long-term issue. It just makes no sense to me. And it's different. Again, if you're competing and you're like a C-mom, yeah, go ahead, do whatever you got to do. But, like, I'm saying what I'm seeing happening in it. Or even points where, like, some of the stuff that they would take, like, I could see it changing their mental, bro, at one point when they were, not on the right stuff. Again, this is not hating, bro. I love these guys. They, like, realized it, too, so they fixed it. Now they're on, like, the good, like, they're on a better level because they have the right connections to do it in a healthy way. But, like, bro, like, literally, like, I remember Mikey became like paranoid at one point, and there was a point where like they literally would avoid me completely. Like, we were like best friends. They literally were avoiding me off of like paranoia. And I remember it got to the point where Mikey had to like apologize to me, and then they fixed up like their stuff. And it just caused issues. And I was like, bro, like, this steroid stuff is awful. Like, this literally ruins not only like your physical body, but messes with your head and your mind. Like, this is so not worth it. I don't get why anybody would want to like just half-ass do this for what? Just to get bigger, stronger? It makes no sense to me. But I've been seeing this industry change into a way where it's glorifying this. And you might be saying, like, I posted a TikTok kind of even talking about this in the first place. People say, Alex, you're one to talk. Like, you always have talked about wanting to hop on gear and all that. Bro, if you really watch my content and you know who I am, bro, you know that 99% of the time I've ever said that, it is either for like a joke, for clickbait. Maybe there was a few times where I said it out of like my own insecurity of like body dysmorphia, and by me saying, oh, I'm gonna hop on gear, is me making myself feel better by me knowing if I did hop on gear, I would look better than these other people. But that's my only thing I had to deal with. And you can change and mature, and I feel like I've gotten to a point now where I have, and I'll say like the only thing I ever would consider would be like TRT when I'm like 35 plus. So I think that is still like a healthy way to keep yourself in a natural range, but that's not what these kids and the people are in this industry are doing. They're blasting unhealthy substances that are unnatural, that are not good for you, that can cause years taken off your life, that can cause heart failures, that can cause all these issues. And it's just not worth it, bro. And it's getting glorified, dude. And it's like me being open about this is me even putting myself at risk, because I already know people are gonna like shit on it and just like pull me apart for it and be like, Alex, you're only ranting or venting about this because you're small, because you're not doing as well, whatever. Like, bro, if you hate me going into this video, if you don't like me, you don't hate me, for whatever reason that is, that's perfectly fine with me. But I actually am worried for the people consuming this type of content that is being glorified, and they're gonna wanna be like these people, or they're gonna wanna, you know, because they think that it's so glorified and accepted now that it's okay to just openly go and do it, and they're gonna go their hormones up, their whole, I'm sorry for cussing, they're gonna go mess up their whole entire bodies, potentially take years off their life, bro. You look at people who take steroids, look at their before when they're natural, and then they're after, even after just a few years, look how fast it ages you and makes you literally kind of look ugly, bro. Like, who wants to look ugly? Like, I don't get it. Like, if that's what it's doing to your external appearance of like aging you, messing up your skin, doing all these things, what do you think it's doing to your internal body that's actually filtering it? Right? Like, it's so not worth it, bro. And I'm tired of people glorifying it and it becoming like a trend to like show the gear you're taking, or to like just be all about, oh, let me just become the most biggest, jacked, strongest like person, like ugly. Like, I just don't get it, bro. And I'm not gonna stand for it, because me as an influencer, I gotta influence, and it's time to influence. And I'm gonna keep standing for be natural, stay healthy, bro. Don't care about none of that shit. Life is so much deeper and more important than just lifting weights and being the strongest, biggest guy. There's so much more to life, bro, that life has to offer. And I know a lot of you guys who are probably in high school can only relate to the gym, or college can only relate to the gym because that's your only outlet where you feel like validation in life, or the only outlet that you're actually having fun in life. So it seems like taking steroids or doing all that dumb shit is just gonna be the only thing that's gonna continue to keep fulfilling you. It's not, bro. It's bullshit, dude. There's so much more to life. And I get that I've been in that point where all I had was like the gym. All I had was the gym. So when I think of something that can amplify my experience in the gym, it seems very like pleasing to you. It's like, oh, that's cool. I can get bigger, stronger, way quicker. Oh, cool. Like that seems dope. And now that's being normalized. It's like everybody else is doing it, so why can't I do it too? No, bro, that shit is stupid, bro. There's so much more to life. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth ruining your mental, ruining your physical appearance just so you can get a few extra pounds, bro. It's stupid, bro. I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm not gonna like sit here and just watch as I've watched this industry go for something that was so positive to something so toxic, and even just more of the toxic side, bro. It's like everybody's all about just comparing themselves. It's like you post a TikTok of like your PR or your physique, and there's just gonna be everyone in the comments just tearing you apart saying, oh, I benched this when I was 17 years old, or you should get bigger arms, or you're small, you need to, like, that's what I'm seeing, even not on my stuff, but like when I look at other people, like when I look at comments, it's just like it went from an industry that was so positive and uplifting to just like people wanting to be better than everybody else. And it comes from an aspect, I feel like, of like insecurity, just wanting to be better than somebody else to makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. And it's just so sad, bro. And I feel bad. Like, I'll see some of these kids who are like really young, 15, they'll feel confident enough to post their physique, and then the comments are just ripping them apart, people shitting on them, bro. And then if that person takes it in that way, they're gonna be like, okay, well, I want to fix this, so let me go hop on steroids so that these people stop making fun of me, and I'll actually get like bigger faster. And that's where I know these guys their minds are going, and that's why it's like the whole thing is just toxic as hell and unhealthy, bro. And I'm gonna open up and talk about it because, again, I've seen this shit change and I see where it's going, and I'm not rocking with it. So I'm gonna be sticking to my content. I'm gonna be putting more effort into the calisthenic stuff, into the car content, into my God content on my podcast, because I cannot rock with where this industry is going, bro. It's sad, it's unhealthy, and I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm not gonna fall into it either. That's not who I am. I'm not gonna be someone who's just gonna go start bulking, getting dumb big, taking like gear and whatnot just so I can be bigger and stronger, just so people accept me more. I'm not standing for that dumbass shit. There's so much more to life, bro. There's so much more to life. And that's why I'm kind of getting frustrated speaking about it, because like I've watched this happen, bro, and it's so sad. And I know there's kids like, bro, I went to the gym the other day to work out with like some young like TikTok group, bro. These kids are literally like 20 years old, 19, 20, 5 of them. Every single one of them was on steroids, bro. And you would never even tell it. You could never tell. I'm like, bro, there's no way you're on gear. It's just like so normalized. I'm like, yeah, they're like, yo, yeah, my friend told me about it. He got me into it, and my friend does it too. And yeah, their friend's like 21 years old. I'm just like, huh? How did this shit happen? So like, since when did this become like taking gear, like me not taking gear, like I'm the odd one out in the gym during that whole workout. I'm like, how, when did this happen? Why is it like rare to be trying to be healthy and like natural than it is to just go, like, I don't get it, bro. I don't know, that's me speaking against it. That's my thoughts, my comments, my concerns with it. You might think that like, oh, Alex, like, why are you speaking against this? Like, this is like another thing. It's like, bro, Snapchat shows, Greg Doucette, they have like, I'm not trying to speak bad against Greg, but like, bro, people have clickbaited me so bad and in a harsh view and in a negative light to where it makes it look like all I do is just like talk mad and like complain, bro. And I hate it, bro, because they clickbait my name. Like these Snapchat shows at one point, like back in like when Sam really was popping, like would make it look like I was just such a complainer, bro. And it really hurts me, dude, because they take, it's almost like defamation, but they be taking stuff out of context so bad, bro. But if you generally watch me and know what I stand for in my content, you know that a lot of that stuff is just drama, bro. It's just clickbait to get views, to start drama, because that's all that gets these people views. So yeah, bro. Don't listen to everything you see online in that regard, because I know people are probably gonna like, first thing they want to do is go comment this saying the one who talks about always hopping on gear or whatever, bro. Like if you really watch my stuff, you know that that's not the case, and you can also grow and change, bro. So there's so much more to life. There's so much more to fitness. Fitness is not just about being big and strong. There's health. There's longevity. There's a support system that we can build. And I'm not gonna rock with this whole toxic ass. Just let me just completely destroy my body just so I can get bigger and stronger, because it's like meta right now. No, I'm good off that one. Code Alex, Rise, Young Till next time, peace out. We're also having an Elysian Memorial Day sale. Check it out.